Hello everybody and welcome back. My name is Kari and today I'm going to show you my massive haul. So, buttons on your underwear as my grandpa used to say. I have been saving up gift cards, holiday money, you name it, for the last a little over a year so that I could go on a massive book buying spree. I ended up with several $100s, some of it Barnes & Noble specific and some of it Zenith specific. Actually, Zenith is my favorite independent bookstore in Duluth. I ended up spending about equal at both places, and I got 22 books from both bookstores. Because I have 22 books to show you, well, I'm not going to go through the plots. If you want to know the plots that badly, go look them up. I'm sorry, not sorry. This is a lot, and I don't feel like remembering the plots of all of them because I'm not going to be able to remember the plots of all of them. So, let's get into that. So we're going to start with the Barnes & Noble books. To start off with, I did, I guess, technically get 23 of Barnes & Noble because I had read 25 books, and so I got to buy my one. Not that I've been keeping to that very well in the last 2 months, but shh. So, and also, technically, I bought all of these in November. My reward for reading 25 was My Lady's Choosing by Kari-ng and Larissa Zagaris. This is an interactive romance novel, which I've never heard of before, and just sounds really fun. So I think this might be my New Year's Eve romance read, which has become my tradition in the last couple of years. Then we have Terror to the Wicked by Toby Pearl, America's first trial by jury that ended a war and helped to form a nation. Nonfiction, obviously. Then we have The Ranger of Marzana by John Scovron. 2 siblings, 2 nations, 1 war, for it all. This is a fantasy. Adult fantasy, to be clear. A couple months ago, June actually, I read the Maggie Hope mysteries 1 through 6. There are 10 books total, and I was unbelievably excited when I found 7, 8, and 9. Not necessarily in this order, but 7, 8, 9. So that's The King's Justice, The Prisoner in the Castle, and The Paris Spy. I think The Paris Spy is 7. Now all I'm missing is number 10. God only knows which one that is. Yeah, no, not a clue. Anyway, though, I am really excited to get back into this world because I left it on a intense moment. I think I'm going to plan or hope on reading these before I go home for Thanksgiving, because then I can bring these home and my mom can read them because she read the first 3, or the first 6. And then I'll take home the first 6 that she took home with her in July. But yeah, super excited about those. I got The Jazz of Physics by Stephen Alexander, who is both a jazz musician and a physicist. Nonfiction, it just is intriguing. Oh, my bag is collapsing. I also got the second Skullduggery Pleasant, which is Playing with Fire by Derek Landy, because they're short, quick, and really fun, and I enjoy them. Then I got Willa of the Dark Hollow by Robert Beatty, because this is one of the ones that I went in anticipating to get, so that I could continue the series. Not that I've read the one before that, but shh. Are We Smart Enough to Know How Smart Animals Are by Franz de Waal. I suspect my sister's gonna really like this one. But I spent so much more time in the nonfiction section than any other section, including science. I've discovered I really like science lately. Just didn't know it because my science teachers and I didn't really get along for the most part. So, very excited. I'm excited about all 44 of these books. My cousin Long walked in and just shook his head and went, "Are you going to read them?" I went, "Yeah." He went, "When?" I went, "I don't know." It's a whole thing. I got Spy Spy Again, which is book 3 in the Family Spies series by Mercedes Lackey. I did have to order book 2, and that one was outside of my $300 outside of my range. But I needed book 2 because I don't have it, and I haven't been able to find it in this size, and it needs to match. Because if I have the option, I'd rather match it. So, bought that one. And then I bought Endling the Only by Catherine Applegate because this is book 3 in the Endling series. I really enjoyed the first book. Haven't read the second, though I own it. I think it's super cute, and that was one of the ones I anticipated getting going in as well. I also got The Children's Blizzard by David Laskin. Nonfiction. Apparently there was a blizzard in 1888. And I'm guessing it was important or lethal to the children. I'm really hoping it wasn't like the Children's Crusade, because that was less good. Alright, there's my bag. So, then, because I love Allison Weir as an author, I think she's amazing, I got Queens of Conquest and Queens of the Crusades, which are nonfiction in her series. Why they were in 2 separate sections in the nonfiction section, God only knows. I can't explain organization. But they were, but I found them, so it doesn't matter. I got both of these, very excited. Then I have The Spy Masters, How the CIA Directors Shape History and the Future by Chris Whipple. Nonfiction, grain of salt, I'm sure, but I got How Women Ruled the World by Kari-ng, which is 6 Queens of Egypt, so she talks about those. I read her book on Hatshepsut and loved it, so I've been watching her closely. She came out with Good Kings recently as well, which I was kind of looking for, but I couldn't find it. But I did find this. I also got Atlas 6, which was also one that I went in wanting. This has been all over BookTube. Pierre Ford, I think, really loved it. I'm pretty sure she enjoyed it. Anyway, a lot of people have really enjoyed this. So I thought, why not? I would give it a try. I also got Ambulan, A King's Obsession by Allison Weir. This is the second book, obviously, in her, what is this? 6 Tudor Queens series. It's right up there. I wasn't able to get Catherine of Aragon, which was the first one, but I'm thinking that I might buy at least 4 more by the end of the year, because I got a coupon. And because I need that whole series, obviously. I know. I got Genghis Khan and the Making of the Modern World by Jack Weatherford. Nonfiction should be fairly obvious. Like I said, I spent a lot of time in the nonfiction section. And I got The Vikings by Neil Oliver, which, still a nonfiction, people. You want to guess what this is? Because if you say nonfiction, you're right. This is The Lost City of the Monkey God by Douglas Preston. Nonfiction, we're in Honduras, which just is not a place I suspect that is written about enough, and I know virtually nothing about it. So those are the 22 books that I got from Barnes & Noble. Where I'm going to put the 22 books I got from Zenith, I suppose that's 23. I don't know. But here we go. So, book numero uno, The Mystery of Numbers by Anne-Marie Schimmel, nonfiction. It kind of goes into why certain books are sacred, or numbers are sacred. I got book 6 in the Murderbot series, which is Fugitive Telemetry, so I now have the next 3, which means I can continue. I got Warlock by Wilbur Smith. I think this is one of the first books in... Nope, following on from River God and the Seventh Scroll. I've not read the Seventh Scroll, but I think I've read River God. I love Wilbur Smith. I think he's a fantastic writer. I need to read his biography, but anyway, obviously I needed that because I don't have that one. I did not realize River Solomon had come out with a new book. This is Sorrowland. It is a novel. Apparently that's an American thing to put a novel on the front of it. Who knew? I don't remember what this is about, but it sounded intriguing and I like River Solomon. I think they're a good writer. The General versus the President. This is MacArthur versus Truman. They did not get along in all the best ways. And having read Franklin and Churchill, I am fascinated by that. The Bronze Beast by Roshni Chokshi. I have the first 2 in this series. Something about Silvered Serpents. God only knows where that book is right now, but it's somewhere. So I figured I'd continue on. I knew I was going to get that one too. Oh my god, I was so excited. So this one was originally more expensive when I saw it a couple weeks ago, and then it was downgraded, I guess. Which was very excited. This is Why Fish Don't Exist by Lulu Miller. Which just sounds utterly ridiculous. It is a nonfiction, so it's not utterly ridiculous. This man's work was destroyed somehow, and then he manages to like bring it back. I don't know. All the Single Ladies by Rebecca Traister. This is, I'm hoping, essentially why single women are the best and everybody else should suck it. I've read whatever the one is about anger by her, and loved it. This one is the first book that I picked up in Zenith. It is so cute. It's basically this 88-year-old woman in Gothenburg. Sorry. She's suspected of doing not legal things, and she is willing to get her hands dirty to keep herself out of jail, which just sounds hilarious, and it's 6 interlocking stories. You know what, we're gonna put that one over there and hope it doesn't fall. Let's see. We also have Fallen Founder, The Life of Aaron Burr, because, you know, Hamilton. Galileo's Daughter, nonfiction again by David Sobel. I don't know much about Galileo, and I know nothing next to his about his daughter. I didn't even know he had one. Then we have Empire of the Summer Moon by S.C. Gwynne, which is about the Comanche tribe here in the States. I know basically nothing about them. 16 Ways to Defend a Walled City by K.J. Parker. Again, nonfiction. Nope. Maybe. No, this is a novel. I don't know. I was caught by the title. Psalm of Wraith of Storms and Silence. I've read the first one, really enjoyed it, so obviously I need to finish the series, right? Then I got To the Tower Born, a novel of the Lost Princes by Robin Maxwell, who wrote Wild Irish, which is a novelization of Elizabeth I and Grace O'Malley's relationship, and I loved it. The Crimson Rooms by Catherine McMahon. World War I novel. Confessions of a Jane Austen Addict. Just sounded fantastic. She gets time traveled back into a Jane Austen. Not a novel, but like into that time, and has to figure it out. Alright, last bag. I got 3 Guineas by Virginia Woolf because I figured I keep hearing about Virginia Woolf and I need to read something by her. The Kensington Runestone, Its Place in History by Thomas E. Ryersgord. Apparently there's a runestone in the States, or that's where it was found, and people have all sorts of theories about it. And that's going to tell me about them. Marks of Opulence by Colin Platt. This is a novel. Oh no. This is nonfiction. It's an art history for about 1,000 years, which sounds fascinating, and I need to know more about art. Oh no. It's okay, I missed my foot. Then we have The Devil's Milk, which is a social history of rubber by John Tully. Rubber is a pervasive, ever-present force. Nope. Substance. And obviously I needed that book. Then we have The Social Conquest of Earth by Edward O. Wilson, which is another nonfiction. Can you tell there's a theme? Sounds fun. So, yeah, those are my 45 books that I bought in 2 hours because I had money to burn. And again, I've been saving up for a year. I rarely, we'll say, do hauls of this size. And especially not of the last year, because I have made a point of not. So, I should be good for a while. God knows where I'm going to put them all. But if you have any thoughts, feelings, what have you on any of these books, let me know in the comments down below. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!